Hi there, Aries! How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your February reading, back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello! And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So we're going to be doing a pick card reading by the end of the session. It's going to be how do they feel about you, and don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. Me personally, I realize it with my readings and some of the general readings that I follow on YouTube that I have a tendency to resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or what have you. So you might want to check your Venus sign as well. And yeah, this is general reading, so the rules might get reversed. Okay. So let's talk about your overall energy coming into February 2021. You have the World card, you have the Strength card, and you also have the Four of Wands. I feel that you're exercising a lot of your patience. And I feel that your patience is finally paying off in the now, because you're trying to not be so reactive. You know what I mean? Like if sometimes people trigger you, or the person that you love triggers you, or whatever that is, you try as much as you can to not be reactive with that. You're just like, okay, inhale, exhale, take a deep breath. I'm going to be counting to 3. I'm not going to be reacting to it, and everything like that. Why is that so? Because I feel that you guys are trying to steer clear over this dark clouds that is looming in. Okay? And I feel that if you are in a relationship with somebody, you have a tendency to become a bit more Capricornian-like, a bit more problem-solving-like. Like, why do you have to care? Why do you have to think about this much? Or why do you have to worry about these things? These are not important. Like, you trying to just keep it positive and optimistic in this relationship sector of you, because you're like the Four of Wands. You're in a mood for a good time. You're in a mood for celebrations. You're in a mood of like, holding hands with somebody and just kind of like enjoy what we have in the now. So that's kind of like what the kind of mood you guys are in. So what is the overall challenge of your relationship? You have the King of Wands, and you also have the Five of Pentacles. So you might be dealing, overall challenge isn't like past, present, and future, where is pretty much black and white, who is who. Overall challenge, it could be you doing this to you, them, or them doing this to you. So the first one, you can see from the imagery itself, right? The King of Wands is pretty bossy, is the type of person who is always about like, this is what I want, this is my plan, for my life, this is how I envision the future is going to be like, and everything like that. So I feel that one person in this relationship have a tendency to do that, have a tendency to be more of I see things this way, I want things this way, I need things this way. It's pretty bossy. And then the other person feels a little bit unheard. And the second one is that you have a Five of Pentacles. So there is a period within this relationship where the disappointment or the sadness or the abandonment is still looming in. Somebody in this relationship has a fear of rejection or fear of abandonment in here. And because they have those fears, they do then have a tendency to be, that King of Wands figure in the challenge, which is pretty much bossy, who thinks that, I'm the boss, I am Mr. or Mrs. Independent. But those things that they are doing is because they're trying to kind of like hide the fact that they're scared or they're afraid of being abandoned or hurt or rejected. The type of people who says is, I don't care what other people think, but actually they do care, but they just act like they don't care just to not show their weakness. This person is stuck on you, Aries. But you, however, you have a tendency to remember about the bitter or the bad memories of the past. So it wasn't quite pleasant, it wasn't quite enjoyable for you about this person, because you got the Six of Cups in reverse. Like in the beginning, you probably feel that this was like a soulmate or twin flame type of relationship. You have a full belief in this relationship. You have a tendency to be in a perpetual nostalgia where you were reminiscing or remembering the sweet memories of the past and everything like that. But then your energy completely switched, because I feel that you feel the need to put your foot down with the Emperor card in here. You feel the need to create some sort of a boundaries, and that's why, it's not as positive as it was before, and this person just doesn't know what to do with you. They're stuck though. They are really stuck. Five of Swords in reverse. So they want to lower down their weapon. They just don't know how to do it. Whew, they're crazy about you, Aries. They really are. It's something about you, your aura, your energy, your physicality that makes them obsessed with you. It could be, it's something, it's they think that you either are very, very sensual or you guys are very hot. There's a certain aspect that they're crazy about, but they just don't know how to do about it. You know what I mean? Like, even in the past, even though they're stuck on you and everything like that, the ball, I'm not going to say the ball is in your court, but you are the main player in here. How the relationship is going to turn out like is always in your hand. So if you don't do the work, then the relationship plateaued. If you're not the one who is becoming assertive or aggressive, then again, the relationship or the dynamic become plateaued because this person is very passive. You guys are enjoying life in February. You probably are going to be more into reading either books or informations on the internet. You want to learn and study a lot about a lot of things. You know, you would crave like a lot of me time for yourself. You're going to garner or gather like a lot of attention towards yourself because you're going to have like this accomplishment. I mean, you're just glowing in February. And that's going to make this person even more crazier. But again, you know, they're passive. Pray you catch me whispering. Pray you catch me listening. You know, so they're praying that you notice them, kind of. They're praying that you guys are going to be doing something about it because they just, I mean, even in the future, they can't. Still a very much passive energy, and you were like, I'm not going to do it. You feel that the ball isn't in their court. You feel that if they want to make things better between the both of you, I mean, both of you are like this, right? You care about one another. You care about them, they care about you. But I don't know, let's see the big card reading. What makes them so passive? What makes them so afraid of doing something about it? They're tormenting themselves by being this, you know what I mean? Like, they are in a position in the now where they're willing and they're ready to lower down their weapon. So all of the arguments or all of the reasons of why they were, you know, behaving funny in the past, they kind of like let it go. Like, if Aries were to be doing something about me, I'm just going to be giving in. But again, they're not assertive. Their energy is just not assertive. And even in the future, they're just going to be patiently waiting. I'm not going to say patiently, it's impatient. Well, you guys are just going to be busy, you know, building a life for yourself, planning your future ahead. They're just waiting for you, Aries, in the now, even in the future. And you, I don't feel that you guys are also willing to be the assertive person to come to them, because I feel that you guys are protesting about something. You feel that you have a good reason for why you're standing your ground in the now. Okay, so my interpretation is going to be different if your pick a card reading turns out to be negative. Because if your pick a card reading by the end of the session, if it turns out to be negative, the meaning is going to be a little bit different, in a way that one of the reasons why they're so passive right now, and it seems as if like they're not putting in any type of effort or work into the relationship and everything like that, is because it all comes down towards their pride. Okay, they're impatiently wanting you to do something about it. They keep a close tab on you and everything that you do, but again, their pride is getting in the way. They feel that if they were to be the one who is going to be the assertive person in this relationship, it's like they're defeated, if that makes sense. They always want to have the upper hand in the relationship. And if it turns out that, because if they're becoming assertive, it means that they are showing to you that, they have emotions for you, or they care a lot about you, and they don't want that, because it means that they lost their position. So that is if you guys are having a negative pick card reading by the end of the session. But I feel that for the majority of you, though, I feel that the majority of you will get like a positive pick card reading. Because if you have a positive pick card reading, this person just doesn't know how to do it, simply because this person does have like a fear of abandonment. So they don't know if they're assertive with you, if they're the one who makes the first move, if they're the one who, put in, a work and effort into this relationship. They can't handle it if you guys are cold with them, or they can't handle it if you guys reject them. So those fears were the one that hinders them from doing anything with you. So they're tormenting themselves in this type of situations where nothing moves forward or nothing even moves backwards. They're staying plateaued. It's a torment for them, but they won't do anything about it because they fear rejection. They fear that you guys are going to hurt them. They're extra sensitive. If you guys have a positive pick card reading, I feel that you're dealing with somebody who is extra sensitive, who has a tendency to really read between the lines. Like even all of the text messages that you send, or if you guys are interacting with them face to face, they really study you, even your micro expression. They're a bit anxious. If you have a positive pick card reading, you're dealing with a pretty anxious person who has a deep-seated and deep-rooted fear of abandonment, okay? Right, so I think that is it from my reading for you guys, and now let's move on to the pick card reading. So I have 4 piles of cards with me now. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate. 1 pile of card for 1 person, okay? You can ask about how many people as you want, but 1 pile of card for 1 person. Let's go. And now for those of you who chose pile number 1, you have the 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. That's interesting. You're dealing with somebody who has the tendency to be very, very anxious, preoccupied, in a way that if they fall in love with one person, or if they fall in love with one person, or if they're in a relationship with that one person, their whole life, their whole energy, their whole mood is solely depending on their partner. And this is exactly it. So regardless of what type of persona that they're showing to you, this person is quite anxious, preoccupied. So this person really, really likes it when you give them like a lot of attention. They would have a way to show how stable they are, how much of a fun person they are, what type of wonderful life that they're living in. It's all very, very much outwards. But deep down inside, beneath those facade, beneath those masks, lies a very, very anxious person. So this person loves you. Yeah, they do, anxiously. Okay, so if you guys are giving them space, or if you guys are busy with other things other than them, they became extremely anxious, and they see you. The thing about anxious, preoccupied people, they usually regards themselves very low, and they regards the other partner as very high. Okay, so they would have like multiple insecurities within them that kind of like makes them feel that you guys are way out of their leagues, and it's going to be very, very easy for them to leave them. So they do have that abandonment issue as well. So it's going to be like a little bit challenging if you guys kind of like give them like a lot of space. You guys are doing things on your own and everything like that. It's like they're stopping their life, even though, you know, they would try to get busy, they would try to get distracted, they would try to make it seem as if like they got everything under control, but what they're doing is merely a distraction, because deep down inside, even if they're doing those little works, they're still heavily thinking about you guys. With this person, I mean, it kind of like depending on what you want out of this person. If you want to sustain a relationship with them, or if you want to make it work with this person, you need to figure out what their love languages is and try to give them like love, or your show of love based off of their love language. Because this person is quite high maintenance emotionally, in a way that you would do to them more than you would often or usually do with other people. So for instance, if this person is the type of people whose love language is physical touch, you would then need to allocate probably 1 hour or 2 hours of your time where you're constantly giving them like a lot of physical touch, constantly giving them like a lot of sex, so that they feel seen, they feel wanted. If they're more of a words of affirmation person, that means that every hour of your waking days, you need to keep on reminding them and telling them what type of wonderful person they are, how much you love them. If they're much more of a quality person, then again, you need to allocate some times of your busy schedule to have some quality times with this person, so that they don't get too anxious. Why is that? Why is it so important to keep their anxiety level normal? Is because we don't know, because the Eight of Swords for me is something that is quite unpredictable in what they can do if they have that flare, or if they got triggered. It could be they could ask for a breakup all of a sudden. It could be that they're playing mind games. It could be they could be throwing tantrums and all of those stuff. So we don't know. Eight of Swords for me sometimes feels like a time ticking bomb. Once you get triggered, you don't know how the other person is going to react on it. So yeah, it kind of like depending on what you want from them. Does this person loves you? Obviously, they think you are way out of their league. They think that they're beneath you and you guys are above them. They think that it's almost feels like they cannot believe that you guys are interested in them in the first place, because it's either they see you as being somebody who is very, very physically beautiful or handsome, or you guys have a great job, like you have any other people who is lining up with you, and it's going to be very, very easy for you to find their replacement. And that's kind of like one of the things that they're so insecure about, is being replaced. Hopefully, I mean, like if you really want to make this work with this person, hopefully with that constant giving based off of their love language, they could be a much more securely attached person. All right. So that is for those of you who chose pile number 1. Now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 2. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the Sun card, Ten of Wands. That's very interesting. Okay, first thing first, you guys are not the only person that they're dealing with at this very moment. I mean, it depends on how long has this relationship has been. If this relationship has been going on for more than 2 years, I would say that you guys are this one. And then there's another party that is this one. But if this is like a newer relationship, where it's maybe just like month or 6 months, something like that, then you guys are this one, and the other person is this one. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you. So this person is kind of like juggling 2 people together. Okay, again, if you guys have been dealing with this person less than maybe 6 months, They're interested in you because it gets them very, very excited, okay? It makes them ego feels good. I feel that you introduced the fun aspect to this relationship. The banter between the both of you feels good. However, on the other side of the coin, they also have somebody else that they've been dealing for quite a while, probably for more than 2 years. And this person, the other person that they're dealing with is very, very loyal to them. They have this unwavering devotions and loyalty towards them. And it becomes like a habit or like a safe place for them. It's a comfort, it's security, if they have if they have anything bad in their life, they could always go back to this person because this person will always be welcoming and embracing them back into their life. Even though it has become quite a burden with this person, but they are still keeping this person close because it's the safe for them. They are their safety net. They're the person that you're dealing with safety net, if that makes sense. So if you ask me, then who are they going to be deciding to, be in a relationship with? Anisa? Well, they're not undecided yet, as of yet. And I feel that they're going to be taking quite a while and maybe prolonging this this relationship. Because it's quite hard for them to let go of this person because it's already been a safety net for them. They've known this person for a very long time, more than 2 years. That is, if you guys have been dealing with this person less than 6 months. However, if you've been dealing with this person for quite a while, let's say 2 years, or maybe like more than 1 year, you're this. Okay, you're their safety net. You're the person who they know if they fucked up, if they messed up, if they do something messed up, if all of the world is going in against them, they could always come to you and you'll always be supportive, you'll always be welcoming, and you'll always embrace them no matter what. Okay, but the feeling has diminished. They don't have any more feelings for you. They are just regarding you as their safety net. And it has become quite a burden to keep up a relationship with you. So they would only come to you if they need help or if they need that supportive hand, if they need, that warm embrace and everything like that. But once their problem, has been cleared, they usually get a little bit distant and detached to you as well. Okay, so that's how they feel about you. Now they're finding another person, probably a fire sign, an earth sign, or maybe a Leo person, who excites them. Okay, who excites them. It's very flirtatious. Have they had a sexual encounters? I don't know, but they already are imagining sexual things with this other person. This person is able to offer them the spark, the chemistry. Oh, they're still in the honeymoon phase. So now this person is juggling between the two of you. I mean, like, this is pretty bad. I mean, like, why would you want to prioritize somebody if they're only making you as an option? Especially for those of you who have been dealing with this person for more than 1 year. I mean, this person is just using you as a safety net. I have to be honest to you about that, Aries. So this is a relationship of comfort between them and you. And this is also the type of person who are into a relationship only for the honeymoon phase, but once the honeymoon phase has subsided, they jump into another ship, they jump to another, boat. But they're always going to stick around for you because you're always welcoming them, you're always enabling them, you're always forgiving them. Okay? Would they let the other person go? And I said, well, probably they would, but there is no guarantee that once they let the other person go, they are not going to do it again with another person again, because that's just who they are. Now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 3. 9 of Cups, Page of Wands, the Lover's card, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Interesting. This might be a very karmic relationship between you and them. It could be a twin flame or a karmic. I wouldn't say It's a soulmate, because soulmate shouldn't be this toxic. You were dealing with, okay, so here's the thing, yeah? They weren't expecting to have so much feelings for you. They kind of like believe also, as much as you guys do, that this is so karmic, like this isn't a normal relationship, or this isn't a normal feeling that they've used to have with other people. There's something different about you. So before they met you, this person has been quite only been living for themselves. You see the Nine of Cups, you see the Page of Wands. You could look at the imagery, okay? This person might have an addiction to drinks, drugs, or distractions like video games, or addicted to, self-sabotaging ways, insomnias, and all of those stuff. But they would have a tendency to not admit that they're in love with somebody, because they will always have this persona of, I don't need anybody, everybody needs me, and then everybody needs to bow down to my wishes. Okay, it could be quite such an egoistical person. I think this person has a little bit of an issue with, if this is a man, he has an issue with his mother. If this is a woman, then she has an issue with her father. The relationship between, again, that cross gender, was this person was bought like a lot of gift, a lot of presents, but somehow toxic. It could be like the parent was controlling, the parent was narcissist, like the way that they understand love is just by, money, gifts, and all of those stuff. This is also like, why am I, okay. Okay, so their relationship with their parents is also like, the parent is super duper proud of them if they have an achievement. So even if you were to meet their parents, they would say that this child, the person that you're dealing with, obviously, is, I don't know, the most special child on earth. Every single bit of achievement that they have is being blown out of proportion. You may see it as love, but that's not really what happens, because I feel that the caretaker was not able to give them what they emotionally need so that they could grow up to become an emotionally mature person. So their persona is like, I don't need you, I don't need anybody, and blah, 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 like that. But they do feel for you, okay? As I said earlier, this isn't a normal feeling, and they acknowledge that. However, would they do things out of their way to be more vulnerable? I don't think so, Aries. Especially if you have a love language, if your love language is word of affirmation, this relationship could be extremely tormenting for you, because there is no way this person is going to be genuinely saying that they love you. Showing that side of vulnerability would be saying that they've lost the game. This person is now jealous with you, and I don't know why, okay? There's a reason that they're jealous with you. They feel that you guys, it could be that they're jealous with your best friend, with your boyfriends, with your siblings, with your cousins, whatever that is, but they're jealous. Again, a very, very sensitive individual, right? Their ego is very, very fragile. So they're jealous about somebody, and now they're crying a river. And I don't blame you for that, Aries, because this person, seeing how fragile their ego is, a simple conversation that you have with somebody who they see as a threat, they would see as cheating. They would see as as you guys are betraying their trust. So now they're crying a river. And what are they doing? They are bathing themselves in a pool full of, just to try to make you jealous too. And is it because all of these other women or all of these other men are throwing themselves at them? No. No. They made an effort to make it seem as if like they're dealing with other people just to try to make you jealous, just to get back at you for making them jealous in the first place. This isn't a positive one. Let this be clear, Aries. This isn't a positive big card reading. Now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 4, Temperance, Strength card, the Lovers, 4 of Swords. You drive them crazy, Aries. So you might be dealing with Gemini, Virgo, or Sagittarius, or Pisces, or you might be dealing with a Leo. Well, a few air signs too there. But anyway, you drive them crazy because this person, the connections between you and them and whatever happened between you and them kind of like made them a little bit imbalanced. So they probably took minimum 4 weeks to get things together again for themselves, to calm down their nerves and everything like that. Now they're just waiting for you. They feel that the ball is in your court, but they are still observing you closely though, intently. I have 2 Lovers cards in this particular deck of mine. This is the second one, but it wasn't in your pile of cards. With this Lovers card, it means that this person is still kind of like quite wary of showing their vulnerabilities towards you because they don't see it as safe yet. Okay? This person overthinks a lot. What if I do a certain type of way and then Aries rejects me? I'm going to get hurt and I'm going to have to do what I did in the past to calm down my nerves again. And I don't want to go through that process again. Okay? So this person is eyeing you very, very intently. You made them pretty imbalanced. They try to restrain themselves from either contacting you or from making themselves vulnerable towards you or to confessing to you. Whatever that is, they are holding back very, very much. Their energy level could be quite low right now. And they might be showing you that they're quite indifferent and unbothered, but that's not the truth. Because, especially whenever they're lying in their bed, whenever they're alone, they're just thinking about you constantly. They overthink a lot about it. They get anxious about it. But I don't see them doing anything to you. And this is a way for them to protect themselves because they know that if you guys reject them or ignore them or you undermine them, they would go through, a hellish process of trying to get themselves back up again. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you, Aries. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity you've been looking for. And I'll see you guys next week for your bi-weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.